obviously, Doc makes the call to put you in the starting lineup. We've talked so much about just kind of playing your role and doing the right things this season. Just what's the mindset, knowing that you're going to start the game rather than coming off the bench?
No mindset switch. Still play my role. Play defense, cut, be efficient, communicate on defense. Same stuff. Like I think I said to you a little bit in Charlotte, but whether it's 15, 17 shots, it's 4 shots, it's still playing the same style of basketball. And that's just a credit to my teammates, just finding me finding me on cuts and finding me in transition and stuff like that. So.
That being said, though, why do you think tonight was your best game yet as a Buck?
Well, I mean, you can say that just because probably the 29 points. The ball came to me a lot, but like I told you, I'm more excited about the 4 steals. I don't think I've ever had too many games with 4 steals in my career. So I think just playing sound basketball, focused and committed to the team. So.
How important was the rebounding aspect? Doc did mention he's like you're a bigger player, and that was a problem or has been. So what kind of focus was there either for you individually or as a team, especially knowing what kind of they were able to do on the glass a couple days ago?
Well, especially this game because Diabate is probably one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. Crushed us past couple of games, and that's been our Achilles heel a little bit early in this early part of the season. So, it makes some sense. Obviously, if we're struggling, put a little bit more size. So, I don't know what the rebound numbers were today, but I don't think they were as bad as in Charlotte. So.
Just for you, just how much kind of potential and chemistry do you still think there is to kind of grow with Giannis as a cutter, just kind of flashing for those open spots?
I mean, it's a lot. It's just obviously he's such a incredibly dominant player that there's a lot of times in 3 people it doesn't really matter, right? But there's times where he's probably tired of doing that. So just trying to find the right seams and gaps. And he found me a lot tonight, which was huge. Huge step. So.
Only 5 points allowed in overtime. I know they scored a lot, but that's clearly the winning part of the game. So just the team effort there in those final 5 minutes to limit them in that way, pull out a victory.
I mean, we cleaned it up a little bit. I think they're flat 1-4 pick and roll, or not 1-4, but just flat ball screen pick and roll. Really hurt us a lot tonight. Canepo, coming in and us not necessarily getting to him right away, and him hitting a lot of those shots in the 4th that really kept him in the game. I think we covered it up just a little bit, and they had to go to different actions. Obviously, LaMelo not in the game really being on minute restriction kind of hurt them a little bit, but they're a much better team than their record, and I think we kind of just locked in a little bit more in that overtime session. So.
Doc has spent a lot of this year talking about how cool it is to kind of see Miles sacrifice himself with cuts to open people up. And then he mentioned, well, you kind of did it to open Miles up in overtime. Just to have Miles around to hit those big shots when obviously the centers and everyone's going to try to pack the paint.
I mean, he's an unsung hero for sure. I think coming into that overtime, for him to come in and hit, was it 2 threes in that overtime session? I mean, it was huge. Gave us like a little bit more confidence, a little breath, just a little bit of a cushion to, be a little bit more aggressive on defense or be a little bit more confident when we came back on offense. When you have those type of games and people that can come in and shoot and, change the game other than him, that's what we do it for. So.
Obviously, it's not easy to do it back-to-back. In your opinion, what are the major keys to find another win tomorrow?
Energy, effort, and defense. I think if we settle in on those 3 things, then we give ourselves a chance every night. Obviously, I haven't watched too much of the Lakers, but Luka's balling this year. AR's balling, and they're on pretty much of a run right now. So look at the standings. So.